Is there life after death? For artists, it's clear that their creative work can outlive them for decades, or centuries, or even millennia. But what about that work's meaning? As European cultures have evolved and transformed, how has the significance of Beethoven's music altered? As non-European cultures have adopted Beethoven's music into their own, what has the music meant to them? Which aspects have people chosen to highlight and celebrate? Which aspects have people chosen to downplay or ignore? Returning to our previous occasional metaphor of biological evolution, how have selection pressures changed? Which mutations have proven advantageous in some environments? Which mutations have proven maladaptive? We begin this module with an article by Professor Christopher Gibbs, by which we will learn about the circumstances of Beethoven's final days, his death, and the funeral observances in his honor. In particular, we will focus on what Vienna's cultural elite did to honor its foremost musician after he died. And we will consider how all of the above connect to narrative themes of Beethoven's biography. That is, the story of his life is a story, one that has fascinated people for almost 2 centuries now. But it's not a neutral journalistic account. There are certain ideas and themes that shape that story and make it powerful above and beyond any simple recitation of biographical facts. Next, through a video mini-lecture, we will examine the place of Beethoven symphonies in 19th century music culture. We will note the romantic rebranding of the concert overture genre as symphonic poems. And we will learn how the music of Beethoven, who wrote principally sonatas, symphonies, and string quartets, influenced the music of Richard Wagner, who principally wrote operas, or as he preferred to call them, music dramas. Then we will advance to the turn of the 20th century to consider what some of the imagery from the Vienna Secession of 1902 tells us about how some visual artists viewed Beethoven and his music just over a century ago. Lastly, we will think about how some of the ideas surrounding Beethoven and his musical legacy manifest in current debates about popular music. In Michael Markham's opinion piece on the current backlash against poptimism, which itself represented a backlash against rockism, we will see how much popular music criticism in the late 20th century and today perpetuates certain 19th century romantic notions of individual genius separated from the market and triumphing over it, and thus discredits or erases the collective and social aspects of musical creation. To what degree did Beethoven and his successors operate independently of the world around them? To what degree did they shrewdly identify and cater to, or even ruthlessly exploit, new trends in a changing market?